Hello, it's your host with the most, your favorite real estate coach, Robert Lyon. Oh my God. All right, I'm about to blow your minds. This seriously is the most valuable stuff that has ever happened in wholesaling real estate history. This is how we are crushing it, closing deals all over the country, nationwide wholesale marketing, magic marketing system. Still don't have a good name for it though. All right, let's get down to it. Maybe not. Okay, here we go. Magic marketing system. This is powerful stuff. This is I was gonna separate the men and women from the mice. Put you like 90% ahead of all the little wholesaler wannabes out there so that we can start crushing deals. Getting them hot contracts on the whiteboard. All right, let's get into it. Pulling lists, SMS marketing, cold calling, closing deals. Boom. Okay, mindset check. So whenever you do any of these coaching things, these mentorships, obviously since you're working with me, you're working with the best, but it all comes down to mindset, okay? So I just want to have a mindset check. The things I want to tell you are, this system works. Don't overthink it. All right. Commit to doing the work. Have faith in taking the action, that the action is going to bear fruit. And some deals take time. Okay. Not everything's going to happen overnight. Not everything's going to be super perfect. Sometimes it takes a little time, especially in real estate. But I mean, if the deal takes 30 days, I mean, you're going to be there in 30 days anyways. So you might as well be closing that deal. But mindset, all right, you got to understand, doing this stuff, I don't like getting on the phone with sellers, talking to old ladies about their properties. I don't like it. It's not my favorite thing to do. I don't like marketing. I like closing deals, and I like seeing checks go in my bank account. Okay, money isn't everything, but it's up there with oxygen, and I'm going to teach you how to make a lot of money wholesaling real estate. All right, let's get into it. This is my covenant system. All right. We use batch leads. Let me put this in the middle so you know I'm serious. We use batch leads and batch dialer. Please use my coupon code. All right. LYON. You get 50% off. You get 500 free texts. And we use batch leads for this system and batch dialer. So batch leads is the software that we use. Batch dialer or batch leads, we skip trace and we text message. All right. You can send 1,000 texts a day. And that's all you really need when you're pulling these magic lists. All right. And then we cold call with batch dialer. You can use anything, but I like to use them both because you skip trace with batch leads and it automatically can sync it over to batch dialer. Super powerful stuff. Use my coupon code. All right. Every time I use my coupon code, I give my dog Sprocket a little doggy treat. All right. And as a bonus, if you use my coupon code, I'll help you set up your account. Okay. I also just recommend that if you're going to do it, have a call with their VAs or their service or whatever they are, because they'll help show you all the ways to do it. There should be a link down below, but if you just use LYON for the coupon, 50% off. That's some good stuff. And I've used all the other platforms, guys. The reason I use Batch is because they're the best. I've done all the other ones. I didn't like them. Batch Leads has allowed my business to thrive. And I mean, other than like Podio, which I use for my CRM, I do everything in Batch. Okay. And there's a couple other things. I mean, they have a driving for dollars app, so on and so forth. Let's get into it. All right. Key information. I guess this is a little pre what we're going to talk about, but commit. All right. We already talked about that. Basically, put on your real estate hat. Say, look, I want to make a lot of money. Like I want to make some life-changing money. I'm going to do this work. We're going to get to it. Answer your phone. I can't stress that enough. Okay? I know we already talked like I don't want to talk to these sellers either. I don't want to get bitched at. I don't want to negotiate, have that awkward deal, but that's what we got to do to close these deals. That's what we got to do to change our life trajectory to straight balling and living the best life that we can. So let's answer the phone when it rings. Okay, those are going to be your hottest leads. Are the people calling you? You know, a lot of the times it's going to be spam. It's going to be people yelling at you. How'd you get my number? But then the best leads are going to be the ones that are calling you. that are calling you. Okay. Stay organized. All right. Stay consistent. Pick what you can do. All right. Pull the data, SMS blast, cold call, dispo. All right. All right. This is like the gold of what we're going to be getting into. So, like the big picture, right? We're going to be going city by city. We're going to be pulling the pain points, the pain criteria from all of these cities. All right. We're going to be texting it, and then we're going to be cold calling it. And this is going to allow us to always be talking to motivated sellers, consistently be closing deals, consistently be making a lot of money in wholesaling real estate. So cherry picking marketing. All right. Let me back up. So there's this movie called There Will Be Blood, right? It's like an oil field movie. It's a badass movie. You should watch it sometime. But in that movie, a lot of this oil field guy, he basically figures out how to drill over here and then dig into the other oil fields, oil pockets, and take it. So, and what he says in it is he says, basically, we're going to come into your market with a long straw, and we're going to drink your milkshake. So that's what we're doing. We're going into all these different markets, all these competitive areas. We're going to take our real long straw, and we're going to drink these other gurus, these other wholesalers' milkshakes. All right, we're going to take all the pre-foreclosures, all the hot leads, all the people that are really looking to sell, and we're going to scoop them all up, put them on our board, cash these checks. All right, this is how it works. We're not going to do like states. Well, first you have to pick a state, okay, obviously. But then we're going to go city by city, all right? And we're not going to go for the most competitive cities. This is really important for you to know. Like, if I just go right now after, Miami or Los Angeles or New York City, like, it's going to be pretty hard to have a breeding ground for success. Now, this method does work really well in those more competitive areas. It works everywhere. But if you really want to start putting some serious numbers on the board, we're going to want to go like 30 minutes outside of these cities, maybe even an hour. That way, the buyers are still everywhere, but we're not fighting people. We're not the fifth wholesaler that's called them today, okay? We're finding our own fresh pain point lists, all right? And we're going after that. That's what makes it so powerful, and it's so key, okay? So you pick a city. You pull the pain point list or the cherry picked list of, pre-foreclosures, tax liens, all that good stuff, probates. All right. You text message the entire list. You cold call the entire list. Then you focus on sales and dispo. And we're going to start text messaging all of our cash buyers and cold calling all of our cash buyers just like we would if it was a seller, just like we would for like getting leads, because we have two customers in this business. We have motivated sellers, all right, and we have cash buyers, all right. So we have to be helpful to both, and we have to actively going after both so that we can connect at the point of purchase and make some serious cash. Okay, focus on dispo, close deals, move to the next city. All right. Eventually, we will retarget these cities in nationwide campaigns. This is very important to know. Okay, so we're picking one city. And when I say cities, like, let's not go for Davenport, Iowa, or like you got to go for populations of at least above 300,000. All right, no more of this like middle of nowhere bullshit. Like, that's not wholesaling. That's just like picking on farmers or something. Like, you got to go where the money is. And you're not going to get rich. Another thing you need to think about is like I'm consistently closing deals in Alabama, but they're not very big deals, okay? My assignment fee in Florida could be $60,000. The house that I'm wholesaling in Alabama cost $60,000. You see the big difference? Like, if you want to get rich, you got to find that sweet little gold mine, okay, where the housing prices are pretty expensive. The cash buyers are really wanting properties, but you're not going directly right for the heart of the most competitive, areas in the world. You're going 30 minutes outside. You're going for a little bit nicer secret places that people are interested in. I know that's kind of all over the place, but this is what we're going to do. And as you consistently do this, you're going to find your gold mines. You're going to find them, right? This is the fastest way possible to find all the motivated sellers in a lot of different cities. Okay, so pick a city, pull a list, organize it, text message, cold call, focus on disposition, which is selling the house. Next. Okay, this is where you want to take some notes, where you want to pause the screen and write this down. And I've got some other videos, and we'll do another video where I go over this. But I finally took the time to put it on a screen so that you can look at it instead of just doing it in my live stuff. So this is really important. So again, you got to pick a state, okay? And then you're going to pick the big cities where you know the buyers are hungry, okay? And then you're going to focus on those cities, one city at a time, okay? And this is the initial criteria for those cities. You're going to go residential, single-family homes, townhouses, duplex, triplex, quadplex, whatever 5plexes, not on the MLS, individually owned, 50% equity. I actually do 40% equity, but whatever. And then depending on the markets, you want to just not deal with the zombie houses, the $10,000 houses. All right. So depending on your market, you know, 100,000 to 275,000 is the key, but also need to think about if you're in like Phoenix, you know, you're going to be all the way up to like 500,000, maybe even 800, 700,000 probably for Phoenix, to be honest with you, because a lot of people can turn these into Airbnbs and do all kinds of weird stuff. Okay, so but you want to have that range so that it's cutting out all the poor bullshit that your buyers aren't going to be interested in buying, just that range. Okay, and then once you have that as your initial criteria, that's literally going to be the criteria you're going to be pulling when you go from city to city to city in these areas. Okay, and then you're going to be pulling the pain points, all right, and skip tracing them. So pre-foreclosure, probate inherited, tired landlords, tax liens, water shutoff, vacant properties, vacant with, you know, absentee owner is what we really like, bankruptcy, bad credit, divorce. Divorce you can't really pull with batch leads. I think you can maybe with PropStream, or you can go to your local county clerks. But I mean, that's just, if you can figure out how to get that list, like everybody who's divorced has to sell their house, because not everybody, but it's not as good. All right, so next, when organizing your data, okay, this is what's gonna really help you, or it helped me, and this is kind of one of those moments where it's like, fuck, I wish I would have known this when I started, so that my data was all really good looking, really organized, and this is why this is so important. Okay, so whenever you're in batch leads, you're going to basically name the list first. The list is going to be the city that you're going after, whatever thumb I'm using, the state. If it's an acquisition or a disposition, that means, are we buying houses or are we selling houses? Their motivation, meaning the pre-foreclosure, the tax lien, and then the date. Here's the example: Birmingham, Alabama, acquisition, pre-foreclosure, the 8th of August. Okay. And then you're basically going to put all these into a list, right? But then every time that you're pulling the data in batch leads, I'll make a video on this afterwards, you're going to be tagging it properly. So if you're pulling all the pre-foreclosures from Birmingham, Alabama, you're going to tag that in pre-foreclosures, okay? But you're going to add it to this list. Does that make sense? I mean, it really makes sense once you're in batch. Add it to the list with the long name, tag it with the motivation, the criteria. Okay, the tags are going to be what's so important, because this is what you need to do when you're pulling your list, though. Is just get really specific with the campaign name, with the title of the list, and with your tags. It's going to help you out immensely to stay organized and to close deals, because money loves organization. That's just the truth. All right. Let's put myself here. Nope, I'm dead. Anyways, okay. So when you're texting these people, okay, so this is like when you're text blasting, because text blasting is the first thing. First, we pull that list that we basically just did, and now we're going to text blast everybody on that list. Okay, the key things when you're doing these texts, you know, I used to just straight go to the cutthroat, be like, hey, I'm looking to buy a property. Is your property for sale? And I thought that was the best way to go. But it turns out for conversations and open rates, you really just want to start your templates with conversations, and then you want to have 4 quick replies to close. It's that simple. You don't need to overthink it. So an example of a conversation starter is, hey, first name, did you get my voicemail? Like if you got that text right now, you'd be like, what? No, I didn't get your voicemail. Who is this? This is Robert. I'm interested in buying whatever their address is. Are you looking to sell? Okay, and then if they reply from that, they should be good to go. Or whatever they say from there, you're basically gonna get into the rest. So if they say, what's your offer? This is what you reply. I will make you an offer fairly quickly if you will answer a few questions for me. Is that okay? And we're asking them, is that okay? And you're going to put these in your quick replies. So you're just going to click a button. Because we just want to, pre-frame the deal that we're going to be doing. We want to get them to agree to a contract before we send them a contract. We want to make sure that they're serious about selling the property, and we don't want to waste their time. All right. And then once, if they don't say what's your offer, either way, you're going to go into the 4 questions. You're not going to wait for them to reply, is it okay? You're just going to go into it. You're going to make it look like it's okay. And then you're going to say, is the property tenant occupied, owner occupied, or vacant? All right. If it's rented, what is the rent? What is the condition of the property? Is it good, ugly, scary, or perfect? And do you have a number in mind? Those are key. If you can just text those to people, and you can close deals with just text. If somebody is totally happy just talking to you through text, there's no reason to get them on the phone. You just get their email after that. You send them a contract if the number works, or you renegotiate a price, or you get them on the phone, and then you negotiate the price and find out what it's like. And what a lot of you guys are doing is you're overthinking it. You're saying, hey, I need to know everything about the roof, every crack in the floor, whatever it is. But when you're having these conversations, your job is to get it under contract for a deal, okay? And then you're going to send somebody to go get pictures. And if the pictures don't match up with what the seller told you, or if the buyer goes and says, oh, well, I can't do it at this price because the AC unit and the floor was cracked, right? And they said in their text, oh, it's in good condition. Okay, you're going to have to call them up and say, look, you said it was in good condition, but I didn't know good condition meant that the AC was broken and that I have to replace the floor. So we're going to have to probably do it more likely around this price. Okay. So you don't have to know every number. Your job is not to be a construction guy, or I can't think of the word right now. Starts with a C, but that's not your job. Your job is to be a people person, get in front of them, solve their problems, make it as convenient as possible, and get it under contract. Okay. But when you're coming up with your first initial texts, you're just starting the conversation, and then you're replying very quickly with the 4 replies. This is Robert. I'm interested in buying your address. Are you looking to sell, or is it available for sale? So that you can just get to the point, but you're not necessarily doing what I used to do, where I would just spam all the stuff right in front of them. Okay. These are some text messaging pro tips. I've sent hundreds of thousands of texts, so be sure to listen to this. Answer the phone. I think we talked about this before, but answer your phone, because when you're sending these text messages, a lot of the best quality leads are going to be the ones that see this text message and call you. And when they call you, your phone's going to ring. You're not going to want to answer it because it's going to be a weird conversation. But as soon as you do, you're just going to say hello. And then they're going to say, what were you texting me about? I was like, oh, I'm looking to buy a property. Do you have a property for sale? And then the conversation goes from there. You find out, what's the condition of the property? Is anybody living in it? How soon are they willing to sell? What do they need to do? Go on from there. Okay, be a good listener. That's really important. Be a great listener. And you're listening for the motivation. What is their pain points? What is the reason that they have to sell? Okay, even through your texts, you're going to realize. And then when you're tagging them in batch leads, you're gonna know their pain. You're going to say, oh, they're in pre-foreclosure, they're bankrupt, and they have tax liens. Like, these guys need to sell their house, so, but then you need to listen to them. And you need to not be a dick. Don't bring it up and be like, oh, well, it says your water's shut off. So, obviously we're not going to pay you that much. Just be a person, have a human interaction. Okay. Get really good at making offers. Go to our comps training, understand what comps are. It turns out all the batch leads is basically directly connected to, the MLS. So all the fancy stuff to be a real estate agent is in batch leads. You can literally look at all the comps, and the numbers are very accurate. Okay, so that's really helpful if you're using batch leads. Okay, get really good at making offers. Again, if you know your market, if in Arizona I got to offer above average. I can't go with what's on the MLS. We got a big bubble going on, and the housing prices are just going through the roof. It's insane. Okay, but we get really good at making offers. Keep it simple. Okay, super simple. Send a bunch of texts. Whoever replies, hit them with the 4 questions. Get their email. Send them a contract. If your phone rings, answer it. Talk to them. Okay. Be fast to reply. If you miss a good lead because you're too lazy or you've sent too many texts, that sucks. Somebody else is going to get that money. All right. You want that money to go in your pocket. Show up every day ready to go. Again, I do this Tuesday through Saturday. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Always on the ball. I did it today. I'm going to do it tomorrow. And we're going to keep killing it and keep crushing it. Okay. Show up every day. Make it happen. Also, we text buyers on batch leads too. As soon as we have some properties on the board, we're going to set up a dispatch. We're going to start sending those Saturday through Monday, okay, to talk to these buyers about buying these properties. So we got a good system here, guys. I hope you're listening. Hope you're taking action. All right. You don't need to worry about knowing everything about the house. Okay, we already talked about this, but you're going to be able to renegotiate if they lied. No big deal. Focus on their motivation. Focus on solving the problems. And yes, this can be easy. This can be really easy. Let it be easy. Make easy money. I like easy money. All right, next. Next, we're going to cold call the same list. So we picked a city. We skip traced it. We texted the entire thing. We got like 3 or 4 deals out of it. We're super stoked. Now we're going to go squeeze the juice. We're going to cold call the rest of the list because we know they're in pain. We know that we're going to be doing a good service by finding these deals, and we're going to get these deals under contract, and we're going to sell them and make some money. Now it's time to cold call. All right, I made a really good video on what to say to sellers. If you're trying to figure that out, watch that video. I'll put the link or I'll put it underneath here or something. Okay, but call people and ask if they have a property for sale. It's that easy. Don't overthink it. Don't overcomplicate it. All right, be yourself. All right, be yourself. Just have a human-to-human conversation. Talk. Work it out. Be a buddy. Sound like you're talking to your best friend. Don't sound like you got to stick up your ass or you're like Mr. Fancy, right? Get off your high horse. Just have a conversation with some cool people. I talk to some cool people about their houses all the time. I enjoy it. Other times I talk to assholes and I kind of have fun with it, or I just like laugh about it at the end, just be like, that guy was fucking weird. Don't sound lame. Don't sound super boring. I've hired so many people to do cold calling and they answer the phone and they're just like, hello, this is John with Home Buyer. How are you today? And it's like, bruh, stop it. What are you doing? You sound weird as fuck. Like, just have a conversation with someone about their house and ask if it's for sale. Have tact. Sound smart. Don't come off like you're some loser stoner or something, but just be loose. Be yourself. Calm down. Don't be afraid to fuck it up. You're going to fuck up tons of deals in your lifetime if you're going to do this a lot. So don't be afraid to do it. Get through it. Learn from it. You're going to be super smart. You're going to learn a lot. All right. Have them give their number first. It's very important. Say, is that the best you can do on that price? Or what's the magic number that's going to get you to sell? Or, well, I see the house down the street sold for this, and then do you think you'd be able to sell for that? No? Okay, well, what number would make it work for you? Just have them tell their number first. Okay, follow up. Every time you're cold calling and you talk to somebody that actually is interested in selling their house, take notes, write it down, put it in your calendar, be on top of it. Okay? And then watch my video on how to talk to sellers. That's a really good video. Cold call, close deals, check that, cash that check. All right? Next step is since we organized, right? So we're going city by city, pulling the pre-foreclosures, water shutoffs, okay? So you're going to buy that list. You're going to text message the entire list. You're going to cold call the entire list, and you're going to move on to another city, okay? After you've done this a couple times and you've made a lot of money, you're going to have these stacks of pain point people that you're going to follow up with, and you're going to hit them again, and you're going to do a nationwide text blast this time of just pre-foreclosures, just water shutoffs, just tired landlords. And those are going to be different. And you're going to blast through those, and then you're going to cold call those, and you're going to move on, boom, 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 boom. And this is how we're going to squeeze every last deal out of all the lists that we get, and we're going to start building a serious enterprise, a business, and we're going to just kill it because we're going to be going into everybody's market, drinking all their milkshakes, all right, getting fat, making it happen, being happy while we do it, all right? And, I mean, like I said, I hate marketing. So this is why I want to make it as simple as possible. I love money, flat out. All right. I like cash. I like long walks to the bank. So I just want to be closing deals. This is the fastest, most awesome way that I know how to consistently close deals, not waste any time, have conversations with sellers, and make things happen. All right. It's a lot of data, so keep it simple. Okay. But when you hit that nationwide list, you want to do it from your home state, or you want to do it where you have close to where you have the most data. It doesn't really matter. I mean, it is a little weird if you're like in Texas trying to buy a house in Rhode Island. So you can get kind of creative, but at the end of the day, it's whatever. Pick where you live. Say, yeah, I'm here in Arizona, but I want to buy this house in Florida because I like it there in the summer. Whatever it is, if you're talking to them. But this is how we're going to stay super organized, stay consistent, put up a lot of numbers on the board, start making some great money. Then you're going to be cold calling and reaching out to buyers. Always be reaching out to buyers. Okay, whatever. Like, what's cool about this is you're going to pick one city. So that means you're going to join all the Facebook groups in that city. You're going to look on Craigslist in that city. And you're really going to also always be hitting the buyers. Every day be hitting the buyers up in the Facebook groups, getting all their emails, sending them emails, asking what their buying criteria is, adjusting your list as need be if you have a lot of buyers that are buying, specifically between like the price ranges or rooms or whatever you need to do. But always be reaching out to buyers. This is how you're going to build a nationwide buyers list. You're going to find real big pockets, real money. And once you get in contact and you understand your buyers, you're good for life. Like, you can do this forever. You can hire people to do it for you, and you'll just be able to have a good system. This is the process of what you're going to do to change your life using this marketing system, because you're going to be just consistently drinking everybody's milkshakes. You have a buyer that wants some houses in North Carolina. Boom, we're going to find you a bunch of properties in North Carolina. And now that we've gotten all the milkshake out of that, you're going to have another buyer that wants some in Atlanta. You're going to go to Atlanta. Then you're going to go to Florida. Then you're going to go to Alabama. And you're just going to be taking all the motivated sellers, and you're going to be getting them under contract, and you're going to be killing it. And there's enough for everybody. We got a good thing going here. Okay. So again, though, always be emailing buyers. Take notes when you're talking to buyers. Keep it organized. I think I showed you a spreadsheet in another video of my buyers where I just have their name, their email, their phone number, their Facebook, their buying criteria, all right, and all that kind of stuff. So just keep it organized. Answer your phone again, because when you text blast all these buyers, they're going to call you as well and be like, oh, you got a discount property here? Tell me more. All right, focus on buyers, cities. Find the buyer, focus on the cities, figure out, what are the little outskirt cities that are like 30 minutes from your buyer that your buyer would still love to buy, okay? If they say Atlanta, don't go right for Atlanta. Go for like the suburbs around Atlanta, because that's where you're going to be able to have the most success with this system. You're going to kill it, and everybody's going to get a deal, and you're going to be happy. Okay, really understand what your buyer's end goal and their exit strategy is. Are they going to turn it into an Airbnb? Are they going to hold it for 5 to 7 years? Or are they going to buy it and put a piece of paint on it and sell it? Find out what their real goals are. All right, in conclusion, pick a city. Well, pick a state. Pick the cities you're going to go after. I was just writing down all the cities I want to go after, all the ones that I know there's buyers in, all right, that are hungry for deals. All right, cherry pick specifically all the pain points and the motivated properties in those areas. Skip trace it. Keep it organized, okay? Put on your game face, or SMS blast the entire list. Be answering your phone. Be replying fast. Be getting on the phone, getting those deals under contract. Then cold calling this whole list, same thing, okay? Move to a new city, all right? As soon as you've done quite a few cities, do a nationwide campaign specifically for pre-foreclosures, tax liens, then cold call, and just keep closing deals. This is super powerful. I'm going to do another video where I show you step by step, but this is the plain walkthrough PowerPoint presentation, that everybody's been asking for. The magic list, magic marketing list. I don't know. I'm proud of this. It probably went over a lot of your heads, but once you start doing this and you start closing some deals and you start changing your life, remember your boy, Roberto, who brought it to you first, fresh and hot off the press. And I know this stuff works because I do it every day. All right. I love you guys. Peace. Get some deals, lock them up, close that deal, cash that check. Catch you on the next one. And don't forget about using the magic marketing system. It's not just about knowing about it, it's about implementing and doing it. And it is simple. Let it be simple and just keep crushing it.